What is going on, apes? We have a very important AMC update video to get into as far as an ORTEX tweet that came out that basically is saying there was a lot of naked shorting that was going on with AMC. So that is another factor that does lead us to believe that naked shorting was a widespread thing that was going on in AMC, among other factors as well. You guys already know about the CNBC stuff as well as the SEC and the video that I made about the failure to deliver numbers that are not being reported into the public from the SEC, suggesting they may be behind some of this as well. But we are going to be going over exactly what a Gamma Squeeze is, as well as why I think a Gamma Squeeze in AMC may be starting by the end of the week. So we're going to get into it. The only thing that I do ask is that you tap, tickle, touch, or smash the like button, as well as comment down below and subscribe to the channel. Now, if you want to stay up to date with the buy and sell alerts that I am sending out in real time, as well as sourcing other trades in the community, make sure to check out the link down below in the description. We've been killing it over there, and over the past 7 days or so, you would have made enough in profits to cover this cost for about 5 to 6 years. Check that link out down below in the description, as well as get up to $70 in whatever free stock that you want, that you get to choose. No deposit necessary, no need to even link a bank account, and you get your stock immediately, and it takes like 2 minutes. As well as check out the link down below for the Weeble to help support the channel. Now, with all of that being said, let's get into it, guys. And the first thing I want to start off is the ORTEX tweet, and this may be recycled information to a certain extent, but I want every single ape out there to understand the significance of this naked short selling that was going on with AMC. Now, ORTEX 6 hours ago, they put out a post on their Twitter. It says AMC exchange reported short interest for May 28th. The exchange is reporting short interest in AMC as 102.3 million shares. This is a larger than anticipated and indicates a higher than anticipated short interest in AMC. And then they replied to themselves. They said the unexpectedly high short interest applies that the shares returned in this period were atypically not shorted shares, but instead shares that were borrowed but not shorted. This is naked shares, shares that were borrowed but not shorted. Shorted shares are shorted shares, borrowed shares are nakedly shorted shares. So right here, ORTEX is admitting this, and I would agree with ORTEX that they probably know more information than we do, since they are getting the data for this. So there's definitely naked short selling going on. The fact of what will come from this is yet to be seen. I know we are making history though, guys. We are going to change the way investing is going to happen going into the future forever, and that is something to be proud of, no matter how AMC goes down. But I do think AMC has a lot more room to run here, guys. This is only the start, and considering what naked short selling does imply and what they will have to do to rectify the situation, they will essentially have to merge that stock into your stock, probably making AMC stock about 20% more valuable than it currently sits. But I went over that more in the last 2 videos, so I'm not going to go over that as much. Now, as far as a Gamma Squeeze, first off, I want to go over exactly what a Gamma Squeeze is, so you guys know. Essentially, what a Gamma Squeeze is, when you are looking at the option chain and you see volume and open interest. Volume is how many contracts were bought or sold in a day. Open interest is how many contracts sit in somebody's brokerage account. Now, the way this works, and market makers are the ones behind this, because if you are buying a call, right, or selling a call, I should say, that is somebody that owns 100 shares that is agreeing to sell them at whatever strike you're looking at. In this case, I'm just saying the $49 strike. You're agreeing to sell 100 shares that you own of AMC at $49. You collect the premium for doing this, which is $512. Well, when there's not enough people willing to put up 100 shares and agree to sell them at that strike price, the market maker will take the back end of these contracts, so there's liquidity in the option market, so you can sell covered calls. That's what the strategy is called, but selling covered calls. So they will take the back end of this. Once they start to run in the money, they have to make sure that they will, one, have the shares to cover that obligation of the contract, because options are a legally binding contract, but they have to make sure to own these shares, right? So they have to start buying shares usually before the stock price actually gets to that option strike. So, but once it does get to that option strike, they have to fully hedge that position. So a lot of these options that are the $40 calls that have insane amounts of volume, I'm on the June 11th, the June 18th have more volume, but when you see, you know, 5,671 contracts for $40, the market makers have bought all of these shares, and 5,671 contracts times 100 shares is essentially how many shares they would have to buy, which is, I believe, 5.6 million shares. So you get this gamma squeeze once contracts go from out the money into the money. Now, something I want to point out here, getting into what I think will happen throughout the rest of the week and this gamma squeeze that I do see coming. We have a lot of volume on the $50 strike, 16,324 options at the $50 strike. So that is about 16 million contracts the market maker will have to hedge if AMC goes over $50 to about $50, $51. They'll start hedging probably now, but even more so once they do go into the money. And you know, going down the chain, you see the $55 strike at about 14,454 contracts that are held in people's brokerage accounts. Now, I would 100% go out to say that not enough people are selling covered calls to justify the open interest in these contracts. So the market makers are buying the shares once you do get to these certain strikes. Now, if AMC does have a very good day tomorrow, then tomorrow would be Thursday. If they have a really good day tomorrow, then I do think a gamma squeeze will start and more people will pile into these options, making the market maker have to start buying more shares to hedge these options. Now, this could be an extended event into next week. That is where I think we will see a lot of volatility and a lot of action is really next week, but it'll start this week, especially tomorrow and Friday. So we see intense volume and open interest on these contracts, especially the $60 options. We have 30,379 contracts open interest in people's brokerage accounts for this $60 strike expiring this Friday, or 2 days from now, right? 2 trading days from now would be Friday when these contracts expire. So if we start to get close to that $60 mark, these market makers are going to have to start rapidly hedging the options, or start buying all the shares to fulfill these options. And there's about 5,000 in volume for most of these contracts, which still is significantly high, but for what we have seen at AMC, it's not that high. But if we start to see an influx of options being purchased from this point on tomorrow and Friday, then we will see a huge gamma squeeze here, guys. I'm 100% convinced of this, and I'm looking for another trade to make an AMC. Like you guys already know, I have my shares. I've been in and out of contracts because they expire worthless, so that is not paper handing, but I am looking to make another option trade in this. Now, I do think this will be an extended event into next week, because if you do go to the June 18th option chain, and it's taking a second to load, but you could see at the hold on, it is taking a minute to load, but the $55 strike has almost 10,000 in open interest. The $50 strike has 23,000 in open interest. The 59 has 20,000, almost 21,000. The 60 has 20,000, and especially the 73 has 32,000, and the 145, I don't know why it's not loading, there we go, they have 33,000, 19,000, some big numbers on these options contracts, guys. So this is going to definitely have an influence throughout the rest of this week and into next week. The market makers will have to hedge a lot of these options by buying a ton of shares. So that is pretty much it for this video. I just want to go over the ORTEX tweet as well as the gamma squeeze that I do see coming, as well as go over the chain with you guys and really explain what a gamma squeeze is. I do apologize for some of the stuttering and skipping around. I'm trying to do this in one take to make it as clean and smooth as possible, so I don't have to do multiple takes. I do greatly appreciate all your guys' patience, and if you want to check out the buy and sell alerts, link down below in the description, as well as get up to $2,300. They changed it from $1,800 to $2,300 in whatever free stock that you want using the link for Webull. Just deposit $100. Within 2 or 3 days, you'll get these stocks, and I have even got one of Google that's worth like 2,000, something like that, and so it actually does work. But check that out if you guys want to, as well as Public. Get up to $70 in whatever free stock that you want, literally instantly. No need to even link a bank account or deposit any kind of money. So with that being said, I will see you guys later. Take care.